it's your pal Nerfenstein here, and today we are looking at Pinball FX2 VR from Zen Studios. Now if it sounds familiar, it's been around for a while now, flat screen since 2010 I think, and VR since 2016 when it hit the Oculus Rift and the PSVR. I've actually got this on PSVR. I love it because I am a big pinball fan. I've always wanted to have my own table, but they are damn expensive and take up a lot of room. That's why we love VR. This week the game releases on Oculus Quest and it's looking pretty sweet. So if you're a pinball fan like me, you might want to take a closer look. Pinball FX2 VR features 3 Zen Studio original tables. They are Secrets of the Deep, Mars and Epic Quest. As with the other editions of the game, additional table packs are available for purchase. These include Season 1 table pack featuring Zen Originals, Castle Storm, Wild West Rampage, Biolab, Paranormal and Earth Defense. You can also buy Telltale's The Walking Dead table, which I've done so that you can have a wee look at that, and the Universal Classics pack, which I also bought so that you can have a look at that. That includes Jaws, E.T. the Extraterrestrial and Back to the Future. Now if you haven't played Pinball FX2 VR before, you can see that you don't only get the pinball table, you also get a little bit of atmospheric graphics going on around you while you're playing. Like this ship here is just, it's stunning. Each table's got something related to whatever that table is. So here you can see space stuff from Mars. Epic Quest, you can see there's this crazy knight standing around and he kind of makes little comments and does various things. Like riding off on his broomstick horse at some stage. Here we go. Yeah, so just kind of adds to the charm of the game. Personally, my favourite's E.T., which we'll have a look at now. So E.T. comes in the Universal Classics Pinball Pack. It was $30 AUD, and as I mentioned earlier, you get E.T., Back to the Future, and Jaws. Just look at the detail. I'm hoping that this is picking it up, because when you lean in, the level of detail is actually pretty high. I mean, the Quest is known for having, you know, pretty clear graphics anyway, and for a standalone headset, it's gobsmacking to me that it's managing to do this so well. And there's E.T. and the bike, obviously. And another table that I figured you would want to have a little bit of a look at is, of course, the Jaws table. And you can see the surroundings here is really well done. You get sort of harassed by Jaws from time to time, which just adds to the fun of it, really. Leaning in here, you can see how beautiful and crisp everything looks. Even the rust on that lamp. I was pretty impressed with that as a Nerf modder. That looks pretty great. I'll just take a second as well to apologise for the sound. My Quest is still not great at recording the sound when I'm capturing gameplay. So that's a little bit annoying, but rest assured, the sound is fine. Some of it's a little off-putting because like with Jaws, you expect that dun and dun, and that's not here. It's its own sort of voiceovers and sound effects. But it's done pretty well. There's no real problem. And again, the ball physics and everything, it plays really well. I'd say out of all the tables though, Jaws is one of the ones with a little bit less to do. It's more about the atmosphere here where you're looking around in panic, waiting for something to happen. You know he's lurking down there somewhere. And boom, there he is. Just a bit of fun. You can see how clear it is though. Well done. Since we're looking at the Universal Classics Pinball Pack, let's have a look at Back to the Future. It's Back to the Future trilogy. And again, the level of detail, this is just schmick. Hopefully you're picking this up. It's really, really clear. The only graphical issue that I really had was it's a little bit juddery. To move your head swiftly across the table. It's not a big deal. It didn't really affect me when I was playing it. I'm just throwing it in there as a first impressions. Hopefully you saw out the window there that it changes the external environment as well with the clock tower out there. Pretty great. And when the Walking Dead comes up, which is next, you'll see zombies at the window as well. As a gamer, I'm embarrassed to say I haven't played the Telltale's Walking Dead. Someone in my family played it and told me it was super sad to the point where they sat there sobbing, and I was like, well, I don't need that. I'm kids and zombies, that's a bad mix for me. I sobbed with The Last of Us as well, so I figured why add to my pain. You can see here it's a really nice table, and again the atmosphere is adorable. You've got the little girl there saying shush. The zombie on the other side of the table who'll reach for her every now and again, and the level of detail here in the table you can see is great. In fact, I think I stepped forward here just to show you a little bit more just how fine the detail is. Really impressive stuff. But of course it's all about the pinball, and I've got to say some of the tables did it for me more than some of the others, and two of the tables are actually in the pack that you don't need to pay extra for, so they come in the initial original tables pack. And that was Secrets of the Deep and Mars. I thought they were great tables, so even if you can't afford the additional stuff that I've shown you here, that's two great tables to kick things off. And if you're really enjoying it, then you can get these additional tables. I mean, look at the detail. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that's it. That's the first impression. Sorry it went on so long. I just wanted to make sure that you got a little squiz at each table. You can see the graphics here. It's stunning. The ball physics are fantastic. The immersion is great. My only complaint is that I couldn't find a way to lift the table, and faffing with that Guardian system to try and make it the height that I felt wasn't so far away. You can see here even, it looks very low. I couldn't seem to lift it, and that was a little bit annoying. The other thing that was just a tad annoying and nitpicky, only being able to have 3 tables in that entire apartment. I felt like maybe, you know, it would be better if it was an arcade and they were all there. But again, small point nitpicky. This is a fantastic game. If you love pinball, it's probably a must-have, especially on Quest. I think it might be the only pinball game released so far. So even if you can just afford the basic game, if you're a pinball nut, I would say go for this. Well done. You've got your leaderboards and things like that as well. And longevity, if you like pinball, the replayability is just endless, really. I mean, you're never going to get bored. If you owned a pinball machine, you play it from time to time. There's no ending to it, so there's that as well. So that's pretty cool. That's it, pinball in VR on Oculus Quest. I only wish there was some kind of device that had the buttons, or that you could clip your controllers into, so it felt like you were leaning on the table. That for me would just top this off. I know somebody did it. I saw somebody have modded one, but I'd like one that I could just purchase without all the faffing. Maybe if we get more pinball games, somebody will do that. Hope you found this first impressions useful, guys. Keep it on your radar. Nerfenstein out.